I want to put this program in proper perspective. आम्ही या वर्सा Jubilee year celebrate करता in the church, in the Universal Church. Every 25th year is considered Jubilee year. And every Jubilee year, the focus, the values we are talking of is mercy, forgiveness, compassion. But या बाबतीन आम्ही जायते program घडून हाडटा पवित्र सभेन in the church. आमचे फिरगोजेन 10 वर्सां भरता डेस्टिनल इयर आम्ही समारंभता ह्या वर्सा elevation of the parish to the chapel as a parish. हे बाबतीनूय आम्ही हो कार्यक्रम घडून हाडटा. पण कितेंपणी आयचे दिसा हेल्थ एपोस्टलेट संडे आम्ही समारंभता म्हणटोच आमकां दिसलें हो किरीत कार्यक्रम हे टॉक हे सेशन आम्ही घडून हाडूंक अवेरनेस प्रोग्राम जागृतायेचो प्रोग्राम आकारणेचो प्रोग्राम घडून हाडूंक पवित्र सभेन हालींच्या वर्सांनी the concept of holiness has evolved after Vatican II. Vatican II सभे उपरांत. Today we talk of holiness as wholeness. And we wholeness म्हणटा तेन्ना body, mind and spirit. We are not just talking of body and soul now. A more holistic way of talking is body, mind and spirit. Body and soul is a more dualistic term आम्ही म्हणटा. Coming from dualism. आणि हे बाबतीन आयचे आमचे scripture scholars Bible शिकतात ते आमकां सांगतात most of the so-called possessions spoken of in the scriptures, in the Bible, are what today psychologists will call neuroses or psychoses. Most. And हाकाच लागून this understanding of wholeness we say even in Jesus. When he tells people, your sins are forgiven. He is not saying to you, I have healed you. Your sin is forgiven. And today's sin we understand as refusal to love. A more positive way of putting it. Refusal to love. And हे बाबतीन I'm sure आमची भयण आमकां मागीर थोड्याच वक्तान सांगतली how this is connected, love and our health. आयज तर आमी कितेंपणी मेंटल हेल्थ उलयता or well-being. आमचे holiness will mean well-being of all the three things, body, mind and spirit. When we learn to maintain that balance, we can talk of holiness, bhagyawanpon. And हे बाबतीन आमी आमचे फिरगोजेन पावलां मारता. So all the programs we are organizing in the parish is keeping this holistic integral approach in mind. ताका लागून आमचे इगर्जेंतले आनी हांगासर संबंध आसा आमी कितें करता तें. So we are not having a dualistic approach, we are having an integrative approach. आनी ह्या मोतान आमी हो आयचो कार्यक्रम घडून हाडला. आनी हांव सकाळीं मिसाक आसलें जाल्यार म्हज्या पयल्या मिसाक I was talking about grace. That grace doesn't just come at the altar. Grace of God we can experience even in this kind of programs through people who come to us to talk to us. Because every person is a channel of God's grace to us, of what we call life-giving and healing grace. आनी हे बाबतीन आमी ह्या प्रोग्रामान वांटो घेतल्यात म्हूण आमी समजता आनी आदी फुडें तुमकां सगल्यांक काळजांतल्यान दिनवासता आनी कितेंपणी आमच्या भयणांक आनी भावांक आमचे दिनवास. Thank you for coming. Thank you for your time. God bless you.
Thank you, Noemia. It gives me a great pleasure to introduce our resource person for today. As you can see, Ms. Ketki Parop Gadekar is a very young and energetic person. She is a psychologist and transformational speaker who has worked in the field of counseling and training for the past 14 years. She is a founder and president of WOW Foundation, which focuses on mental health of women. She was also elected as a member of Goa Mental Health Board and was a member of the Goa State Commission for Protection of Child Rights. Currently, she is serving as a member of the Goa State Commission for Women. She is one of the leading psychologists of Goa who has saved many lives over the years by providing counseling and has mentored many youth to choose right path in their lives. Over the past 14 years, she has delivered more than 1,000 sessions on mental health in various institutes, colleges, schools, and corporate houses too. She has also conducted programs for the Mumbai Police and a corporate house in Mumbai. She was selected in the top 1,000 from among 2 lakhs level 1,000 participants from India for Super Speaker Season 2. She received the Nirmiti Award in 2023 in Pune for her work on mental health and the Goa Leaders Award in 2024 in the World Women Leadership Congress. As you can see, we have a very qualified and a dynamic lady with us here today. And I request you to welcome her with a big round of applause.
Fine. Before we begin, I'll introduce my team. Can we have you on stage again? My introduction was done, so let me introduce to my beautiful team. I have many more teams, but these are prominently strong team members of mine. That's Joyce. Joyce Fernandez is from Mapusa. She has done a master's in psychology and currently she is my student in the Nirmala Institute. She's doing a postgraduate diploma in counseling. So welcome Joyce. That's again Joyce. That's Joyce Martins. She is doing engineering and she is associated to my NGO WOW Foundation for last 1 year and we do a lot of activities for youngsters on mental health. Again, that's Sachi Pandit. Again, she's from Mapusa. She's a psychology student currently pursuing a law in Law College Miramar. And one of the pillars of WOW Foundation, recently last year we had a big event with Honorable CM Sir where she was a team leader of whole Goa and she did a fantastic job. So she's very passionate and a very enthusiastic youngster. Thank you so much Sachi. Thank you Joyce. And again my student, of course it doesn't look like my student, does he? Okay, but a very sincere, hardworking and dedicated student. Same like Joyce, he is doing currently diploma in counseling in the Nirmala Institute. So I said, they always tell me, ma'am, whenever you have your sessions, please take us. So today I had this opportunity to get them. So thank you so much once again. Of course, we'll be having them again here. They'll be helping me in having a program. Yes. So Girana ready asa? Jana 4 ते 7 बरेल्या. सो तुमकां येताना आवय 7 वाजे पर्यंत बसपा जाय अशें बी जालां आसतलें न्ही स्पेशली टू द यंगस्टर्स हू डजंट हॅव patience to sit. Yes or no? Okay, yes. So what is she talking about? As father said, somebody when they spoke about mental health, amka pisha lagu na. So a lot of curiosity is there of course because this is a trending issue nowadays. A lot of us are facing it. We don't know exactly what is mental health and when we talk about mental health only it is negative, it can be positive also. Is it? Yes or no? Yes. So when ages back when I thought of doing something in psychology, Baba size pe mat jana, I look young but I am of that generation when there was no gadget. So when I was in 2000 I was doing my 10th standard and there was a question mark of what to do next and I chose this subject called psychology. People said, are you gone mad? Tuka pisha lagtale. You will need help. So because nobody was aware what is psychology, what is mental health, right? Till date people are struggling to understand. What is psychology? Anybody can help me other than my students? What is psychology? Youngsters, have you heard this term, psychology? This is a subject, right? In high secondary, in colleges. What is it? What is it? What do you think? What is psychology? Understanding human nature, behavior, attitude. Now how do we understand? We are magicians. Experiments, okay. So our subject is who? Human beings. Now to understand human beings' mind, I still remember when I was coming from Bicholim to Xavier's College and we had those big fat books in our hands of psychology. So, especially boys used to never come close to me. Why? Because Ketki can read mind. Can we read mind? So what do you think? Can I read your mind? Yes? Okay. Let's ask a youngster. Do you think I can read your mind? Yes? Okay. Ma'am, what do you feel? Can I read your mind? Yes? He's saying I can read your mind. What's your name? Yes? Karen, can I read your mind? Karen is saying yes, and she's biting her nails. No, I cannot read your mind, but what I can read is, if I want to read your mind, what I have to read is your body. Body language, eye contact, gestures, yes, facial expressions, because what is happening inside can be seen outside, isn't it? So somebody who's biting nails too often. Yesterday I was there for an event for my friend's wedding. So one of the, from groom side, one chap came and said, oh, you're a psychologist, nice to know. And they started talking to me. So I saw his nails. We are very observant, So I saw his nails and his nails were half of the size it has to be. So I asked him, do you bite your nails? He said, yes. So do you have, I think you have anxiety. So he said, yes, how did you come to know? Because that's a sign, right? So there are a lot of signs and symptoms to understand a human being. So today in this session, it's more about introspection of understanding what is mental health. How can I understand myself more so that I can help and understand also somebody else, isn't it or not? We also, when we are getting trained now, even these students who are getting trained as counselors tomorrow, ask them, they are first trained to understand themselves. Because bhai, agar you are not able to understand yourself, then how are you able to understand somebody? Right? Yes. रडना का सगळे सारखे जातले. बट रडपा येता काय ना? येता. तुका सांगपाक कितें रडनाका भोगता हांव. Yes or no? Now what we learn in psychology, there is a difference between sympathy and empathy. Sympathy means you feel sorry for the person, ni kakut babdechi. So when if you come and tell me your problem that yes, Ketki have this problem, I say, are re, babdiga, kakut tuji. So what happens to you? What happens? What happens to the person who's suffering? Feels more sad, no? I'm the only one in this planet who's having problems. Reality, we all have problems. Correct? So now we never sympathize. What we have to do is empathize. Empathize is understanding, yes, you're going through it. Of course, it's difficult for me to understand what you're going through, but I'll be there for you. That's empathy. Yes? Now let's understand what is mental health. Mental health is connected to body and to mind. So what do you think is mental health? What is mental health? Why today people are talking about it? Why across the country, across the globe, people are giving importance to mental health today? In fact, just now I showed an article which came from Dr. Harish Shetty. Is one of the renowned psychiatrists of India. He is based in Mumbai and is also a celebrity psychiatrist. He gave an article today and announced that there has to be a need of mental health minister in India. The next pandemic that is coming up, research has shown this next pandemic is a mental health pandemic. It's need of the hour that we talk about our feelings, our emotions, and give time to ourselves. Today we have time for ourselves. Second half of the session, I'll be telling you fantastic ways to understand your mind. But then at the end, the general response of people, ma'am, tumka sangpak kide amka time was meena. I always tell people, time meena, time meta. What do you think, uncle? Do you time meta? ना टाइम काढचो पडटा. दोतोराकडे गेले, दोतोर मेडिसिन्स दिता. What will happen if you skip the medicines? Next time you go, doctor will shout at you. हांवें दिल्लें, म्हजें काम केल्लें, तुवें घेवना. That's your problem. So same way, mental health also, we will tell you what to do. Unless you do it, there will be no change. Then you can't go and tell the counselor or the psychologist, I came to you, काय गावना मरे एका सेशनान. Because you are not magicians, right? We will guide you. You have to apply and do it. Let's do it. Let's promise everyone today that first I will focus on my mental health because we all are here who is somebody's father, somebody's mother, somebody's brother, somebody's sister, somebody's daughter and somebody's son, and I'm also a citizen of this country. If I am taking care of myself, I'll be able to take care of 10 more people around me. Agree or not? Yes. Otherwise, हांव सकाळी उठ्ठा, आवय गे वचपाकूच जाय कामां. मामा, इस्कॉलाक वचूं? आसूं गे, वाज येता. No, but this happens. Why? Because we are not focusing on exactly what our body and our mind is needing. So let's start. Mental health. What is the definition according to mental health? WHO, World Health Organization. Mental health is when you realize your own capacity, what you can do, what you can't do, how do you understand your body, the normal stressors and normal challenges of life, right? We all have challenges every day. Now, even now, right now, before coming here, there was one more student of mine who was accompanying me. Unfortunately, just last minute, half an hour before coming here, she messaged me that one of her colleagues met with an accident on highway, Perenam highway, and she is injured and she is accompanying her in the hospital. Last minute thing, a stressor? Yes. So we have to deal with the small stressors in life? Yes. So let's understand and let's be very frank and clear with each other. How much we pretend to be great, we all have problems and we'll all have problems till we are in the grave. Am I right or wrong? Yes. I remember when I was a child, my mother used to always say, "Brigi shikung zai, tension, don't choli asa, shikpak zai." Ami dogai shikli. My sister became CA, I became psychologist. Then tension, job mein pas jai, settle in career. Then third tension, kajar zali. Magir burgi zapa, dogan tu burgi zali. Ata tension, then nothing je kajar kopa metale. So that means our worries never ends. The beauty of mental health is, even in these worries, how do you enjoy that? Agree? Agree or not? Yes. So there's something called as eustress and there's something called as de-stress. Eustress is a little bit of stress needed, no? Then it gives you motivation. Agree or not? Yes. But when that stress goes beyond limit, you can't get up from your bed, you can't do well in life, it hampers you in your personal and professional life. That's the concern. That's where your mental health is not going right. Are we hearing a lot of mental health issues today and people are talking about mental illness? Now let's understand mental health is where you take care of your emotions, you are aware about your emotions, you are aware about your feelings, and you talk about it in a positive way. So sometimes, for example, I'm normally a very enthusiastic person, but if today you're feeling very low, you don't know why. Nothing happened, no major thing happened, but you're feeling low. Possible? Yes, possible, because ma'am is a human being. On top of that, she's a woman. There are hormonal changes. So a chemical low charge keep on happening. Correct or not? So once in a while, if I'm feeling low, that's absolutely okay. Nothing weird has happened to you, because you're a human being. Am I right? Yes. Sir is constantly taking pressure of household things for years together, managing work-life balance, and then one fine day he gets burnout. Can that happen to you, sir? Absolutely, fantastically fine, I agree, happens. By mental health issues, everybody will have. It doesn't mean that you have to go to a psychiatrist only and that means you're mad. Sometimes even I, being a psychologist, feel low. One day I dropped my daughter to school and coming home I was feeling low. And I had full piled up day programs constantly, back to back. What do we do in the morning? Do in morning? One thing in morning. What is that? Tell me frankly. We check our phones, the battery, and put it for charging. Kirya? Sabandhi siyo naka? Yes or no? So same way, what we have to do is we have to charge our batteries if we know our battery has to be drained for the whole day. So now when that day I felt low and I knew how to charge my battery, I am into meditation a lot. So I went, I said for some time, I take half an hour break, I introspected things, I gave myself time, I charged my battery and I was back on track. Can happen? Yes, we all are human beings, we'll all have those roller coaster of emotions. The most important thing in mental health is awareness. What? awareness. Like right now, if you're sitting like this, I have to be, nothing wrong in it, I have to be aware about my body. Body and mind is interconnected. Have you heard this term psychosomatic? Yes? What is psycho? Psycho is mind. Somatic is body. So body has a connection with mind. Suppose if, ma'am, you're going to the doctor, you did every test and doctor says, "Kai na bai tu kai tension geta." Every doctor is saying that. Headache, no, nothing diagnosed. Only tension, tension, tension. So now it's time for you to sit with yourself and ask, where is that stress coming from? Because majority of the stress is not external, it is internal. Agree? Yes. One thing happened. Suppose me and ma'am had an argument a month back. Okay? What do? Every time when I think of ma'am, that cycle gets repeated. Yes or no? And every time I'm giving that pain to myself. She said this to me, she said that to me, I'm going to show her next time what does she think about herself. And then whole chemical locha again starts in the brain and body. Agree or not? Yes. So that situation happened, finished. We are repeating here and that's why we are getting more stress. So mental health doesn't only mean you have schizophrenia. Mental health issues doesn't mean you have personality disorder. Mental health doesn't mean you need to be in depression. That comes later. Of course, that's a major concern today. But it starts with, I'm feeling low and I think I need to talk about it. I always tell in all my interviews and sessions, being a psychologist, practicing for the last 15 years, I once in a year go to my professors and guru who helps me to understand, am I going in the right way? Is there something I need to work on myself because I am also a human being and I have my own things to talk about. Right? Yes. So let's understand this, that all of us sitting over here need to freely talk about our emotions. Now when we talk about mental illness, now what is the difference on how to understand? When a person is not able to do work on a regular basis, if you see a person is very enthusiastic or normally is a very outgoing person, he suddenly isolates himself. He is locking himself in the room, he doesn't talk to anybody, or there is change in behavior, you find something weird in that person, that's an alarming stage for you to understand something is wrong. Today's youth especially, they lock themselves in the room and they're sitting in the room on the gadget. Am I right, youngsters? Mama, come on, yeah, give me a break, yeah. Don't interfere, that's my space, you see. Yes or no? These are words. Don't poke your nose in everything, no? Why do you need to know about it? Why do you need my password? Agree? Yes, and then parents will be, hey, maka shanpa shiketa. There's a generation gap. Yes or no? Yes. It will happen. Yes. I say to my daughter, "Amay amcha zamanan ami bari shetan खेळटाली. आता तांकां बावड्यांक शेतूच नाल्या ती कितें करतली?" Agree or not? Yes. They will say, "शेत हाडून दी, आमी खेळटा." I can't arrange shet now. But I have to arrange something else which can be better for her. Correct, youngsters? We all are occupied in gadgets today and we see what is happening online is reality. Now, just now I got a message from my counselor friend that Kitki, there is a cyberbullying case happening. Somebody has put a video and making it viral, which is a nude video of some other girl. And it's a crime, no? Today youngsters are not realizing what they are doing online. And that's again creating more mental health issues among people now. So let's understand this. This is a beginning session. Of course, we'll be having more things in future as things go ahead. But I want you all to understand this. The moment I take this, I don't need help. Boss, you go there, fail. We all need help. Yes? We all need help. We all need to talk about it because we all are human beings and we all have emotions. Because I deal from 5-year-old child to a 70-year-old guy or a 70-year-old man or a woman. You know, I'll tell you one thing, especially the youngsters who are sitting here. take every step in a right way, or take help if you're not taking. You know why? Because when you reach at 70, 75, and when I talk to geriatric patients and clients of mine who are retired and have ended their life and at the old age couch and they're sitting there and relaxing, you know, majority of them, what do they tell me? What do you think? What do they tell me at this age of 70, 75 and 80 when they're about to go back? Yes? Regrets. And do you know what is the major regret? Anybody? Do you know what is the major regret that they have? Yes. भाई सबके लिए सब कुछ किया, खुद के लिए कुछ भी नहीं किया. I played role of a son, mother, father, daughter, husband, everything. But I did not give myself enough time to understand I had to leave this life. I was always under a pressure and I never spoke about myself. So it's time for us to sit. Sit and understand this, that I need to love myself, then only I'll be loving somebody purely. Agree? That's what we come in church and Jeju teaches us, self-love. And that's how we are giving love to everybody. Agree or not? Yes. So let's take this beautifully. Now, when we talk about certain things in mental health, we have to understand first thing is the first prominent question there. How am I feeling today? Feeling? If we go back to this slide, now let's check mental health illness slide. What is the illness slide telling you? If you focus, see the slide, if you can't see it down, the first picture talks about thinking, thoughts. The second tells you about how am I feeling. Thinking and feeling are different, and how do I behave. Now I'll give you a perfect example. Today, we all know what is the situation in Pororim. Agree? Yes. So there is a new bypass road coming up and it's for our comfort only. Same situation was there 2 years back in Kortalam. South people were having a problem. Right? And for those 2 years, everybody was blaming everybody and the government was getting blamed and everything. But today they say, "Awo 15 minutes mare Madagasan ponje zikr." But when it was going on, there was a lot of negativity happening there. Same thing today happening in Pororim. All mess. We have to take the internal route. Still there is mess everywhere. Now, the moment I know I'm a daily traveler from this end to that end and I know the situation, I know there is a mess there. What do I do still? The moment I'm in the traffic, what do I do, ma'am? I'm driving. What do I do? First is curse. Whom? Of course. The public starts cursing the government. Or maybe whoever it is. And then there will be honking going on. Mage char jan, what's the Agree? Because everybody today is so frustrated in their life, they don't have patience, and even if they can see the situation, still they want to honk. They're so tuned, conditioned by mind. And then there's arguments, there is quarrels, and these days news we can see everywhere. Now the moment I know that the routine is same, instead of 15 minutes, now it will take 45 minutes to go to Panjim from Mapusa. I have to tune myself, so my thinking will be connected to my feeling, and then my behavior will be, why this is a daily cutting, what is the point in honking? Everybody is in the same situation. Unless he goes, then I will only able to go. So I should even honk. Right? Yes. So we have a therapeutic approach to it which is called as REBT, Rational Emotive Behavior Therapy. When your thoughts are rational, you feel rational and you behave rational. It starts in your mind, not outside. Getting my point? I always say this to people, never give your key to somebody else. Now I parked my car down, I have kept my key there and I know it's safe and secured. I'm not giving my key to anybody to drive. Same way, my key, I should not give it to somebody else. Now for example, Kiara had an argument with her mother, suppose, before coming here. Okay? And she is already frustrated and angry. Now she's here and so for some reason she is instigating me and trying to have an argument with me. Now if I am giving my key to her, what am I doing? How dare you to talk to me like that? Correct? So what is happening is her thing is getting on to me and I am giving my key that you lagao chabi, I will get angry. But the moment I understand my mental health, that my emotions, my behavior are not her responsibility, and her emotions and her behavior are not my responsibility. How much she gets angry on me, I will not overreact. So there is a difference between reaction and response. Agree? Reaction and response. So when these youngsters, when your parents comes to you and say something to you, not react, respond. So if your kitlo ogot jalar the phone ar mela tu utre macho jore happens in every house. Yes, yes. See, mama says yes, yes, because there's a scene in every house. So that point of time I should not react. Tu jore maka kira khata takli maka jopacha na. Instead, if I take a pause and I think, मम्मा नेका डाडा जोपा किऱ्याक आपयता हांवें जेवल्यार तांचें पोट भरता ना म्हजेंच पोट भरतलें म्हज्याच खातीर तें आपयता. So the response helps you to think. Am I right? Yes. So let's see, what am I feeling? Now if you want to understand mental health, become aware about your feeling. Now the mantra, the first question, as psychologists we get trained. What am I feeling right now? After every half an hour, you have to ask this question to yourself, that what am I feeling right now? Let's ask. Give me a feeling word, okay? What are you feeling right now? Okay, there's no good and bad emotion. Now elaborate. Give it a proper word. Come on. Like happy, sad, angry, upset, agitated. Happy. Ma'am? So? Relax. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Curious. Right? Yes, you black t-shirt. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Yes. Feeling word, come on. It's your feeling, yes. I did. Okay, now, the most important thing is you have to become aware about your feeling. Even if you're upset, even if you're angry, you're sad, you need to become aware. Because when you're aware, you know, bhai ye kyun ho raha hai? Why is it happening? And then you are able to work on it. Let me show you something. Can you see this? Go on Google. You'll get a nice feeling wheel. Because for us, even as adults, becomes very, very difficult for us to understand feelings. Normally people tell me, no, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling bad, that's it. No, there is a feeling wheel which gives you a whole perspective about different feelings and different emotions. So my feelings are my feelings. I am not responsible for somebody or somebody is not responsible for me. So if I had some stress at work and I come home and my daughter comes and she wants to talk to me, Mama, she comes and she hugs me. If I'm aware that I had an argument with a colleague for some reason, I'll come home and I'll not take that irritation on a daughter who's waiting for me for the whole day after a hectic day and she wants to spend time with me. I'm aware that emotion is different and a mother's role is different. But 80% of the time what we do, bhaili frustration na, garaneta, what takli khana ka? Agree or not? Yes. So emotional intelligence, we have to understand our emotions very, very well. Recognize your emotions at that point of time. If it is in your nature, work on it. Everything is possible. What I'm telling you today, I have tried and tested everything on me and everything is possible. Some of you are a parent, I'm also a parent. Some of you are working people, I'm also working people. Work-life balance, I'm also doing it. I'm also a human being, I'm not God. Only thing is, I have little extra understanding of mental health, that's it, which I'm sharing it to you all. And I'm with you to help you to understand this journey. Because every moment should be a special moment in your life, because they say, this birth, you get it when you're blessed as a human being, isn't it? So let's make a good use of it. Okay, here I need some help from my team. We all are aware about some myths. Myths in the sense, the blockages. People have certain things about mental health. Okay. So, if we'll see if they can volunteer, if not, if they want to write and give it to us. What are the myths according to you of mental health? Or taboos that we know about mental health? Yes? Anybody want to write and pass it on? We have a sheet of paper. You all can go and give if there is anybody helping us to share. Like for example, if I come and tell you, you need to go and talk to the counselor, will you be open? She's taking time. Answer. Why are you taking so much time? बोल रही है बकवास. Yes, anybody who wants to tell, don't want to speak but write and share it to us, please. Yes, am I mad? When we were small, we had a nice, full form of mad, my adorable darling. So now you choose which mad are you, this mad or that mad. Now mad, do really people only when they are mad to a psychiatrist or a psychologist? When I said to you that you need to go to a counselor. What's your name? Rachel. Didn't you agree? What are you? What? Masters? Then? MBA. Oh, being an MBA student, she's still reluctant about mental health and talking about her life. It becomes difficult. What is the block that is there in you about yourself? Like about counseling or going to an expert and talking about your mental health? Okay, still you feel that nahi bhai mujhko nahi chahiye. Fine, like I would like to go if I am insisted to go. Okay, how many of school students are there? You all are studying in school? First year college? Okay. See, many schools and institutes today have counselors schools because government thought that today youngsters need to talk to somebody other than their teachers and parents. Because sometimes they don't want to talk to teachers because they might discuss in the staff room, or they can't go and tell the parent because a parent will be a typical parent, right? So they want to talk to our counselors, but many of the counselors still tell us youngsters are not approaching girls, at least not. If I talk about emotions, women will talk a lot about their emotions. But if I only sit with men, very few men will talk about emotions. Yes? Why? Because men are trained, but don't talk about your emotions. Are we trained like that? Yes, the moment boys are told, do not express your emotions. Ame pollo ratta, chedudu ratta. And this is first instant reaction of the parents. Correct or not? So we are telling the boys, do not express the emotions. You have to be strong. Come on, you're a man. And that's why after a particular age, men goes through a lot of emotional issues, but they don't talk about it. And then it comes out in two ways. One is frustration, which leads to anger and violence. Second, it is some addictions somewhere, because it is not being channelized in the right time. Yes? So that's why we have to make it very comfortable. Still we are qualified and still we know about mental health today. It is need of the hour. What happened in COVID? What happened in COVID? We all were at home. We all got frustrated being in the four walls because we were not used to it. And I was not used to staying with my family for 24/7. भाई उठो उसका मुंह देखो, सोते हुए उसका मुंह देखो, कैच कैच कुछ कुछ. And then anxiety level, because we see only on the news, why? What? So many deaths, so many deaths, so many deaths. Got so many clients having anxiety attacks in the washrooms. So many cases of anxiety attacks, people gone in the washroom, they're feeling breathless, no symptoms of COVID, but panic attack. Why? Because people were getting worked up, right? And because they were not aware that it can play psychologically also in my mind. Now today's youth, what is happening is, forget about youth, even us as adults, are we addicted to gadget? Yes. Now ours is a generation where our childhood was without gadget. But be very frank, ma'am and sirs, tell me, can we sit for 5 minutes back without anything? The moment, yes, if some of them, hats off to you. Because I've seen adults sitting, the moment they are idle and nothing to do. Yes or no? Yes. And so if you're doing it, really amazing. Yes, absolutely. Our Indian context is, you can go to any doctor, that's fine, for physical issues. But if you're going to a psychiatrist or a counselor, forget about psychiatrist, dur ki baat hai, even to a counselor, people will, kite dale to? There will be a lot of relatives, neighbors, even in college your friends, are you okay? You had to seek a counseling session. You know, that's the taboo, sir, and that's what we are promoting today. That's why telling people that even being a psychologist, when I was having my own daughter and I was in the phase when my daughter was born, I was in a postpartum phase, I needed my guru's help because I felt that point of time my hormonal balances were taking a toll on my mind, and I knew and I was aware about it, and I seeked help from my professionals. Is it important? Yes. Daughter doesn't get a heart attack. Are daughter mere to cardiac heart attack Why are we still into that, fixated into those things, that these are natural things and it will happen? So whichever expert you are, it's okay. Yes. And it's emotions, and let's talk about that emotion so openly. So if we sit in the group in the evening in the garden, so if I say, "Aiz nago tukli samki jod zala tension aila," and then I go to somebody else, "Ye taka more tension asa kosle dana." We're good at doing that, but rather than asking her, "What is the stress and how can I help you?" Yes. The curiosity is what is happening in somebody else's house. But the curiosity is not what is happening in my house and how I contribute to it. And then we talk about humanity. Monish punut mela. So, as sir said, when we talk about counseling, we first have to, fantastica, you're going to a counselor. Because it's nice. The way, when I feel sad, we all come to church or we go to temple and we do prayers. No? Sometimes when we feel overmuch and we want to share with God, do we do that? Yes. It's same. That the way we go to in a temple or a church and we feel good. When I'm getting a headache or a back pain and I need to seek to go to a doctor, if I'm emotionally feeling weak and I don't know what's happening to me, I'm going to a counselor. That's it. So it starts from our house. Now, if you want to change the society, who's the society? We. So if I feel in my house anybody needs help, I should be the first person to tell, I think I'll come with you, let's go to a counselor. Yes. So even when I started my NGO, my team, I told that talk about mental health issues first among yourself. You all should be aware as a team what is happening to you. Then only you will be able to go and tell people that, yes, I have gone for counseling and it helped me, and then now you need to go and talk about your mental health issues to people. And as I said, mental health issue doesn't mean that I'm mad. Mental health issues means I am feeling low today, I am overthinking, neend nahi aa rahi hai. Lot of people having a sleep problem today. They'll sleep first of all at 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, then again that will be not sound sleep. They'll wake up again at 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, then bhai hai na Insta. Going on Insta, scrolling the reels, and then sleeping in the morning. And then they come to us, na nidu tyo na. न्हिदूत येना मॅडम कितें करूं मागीर इंस्टाचेर वता न्हीद कित्याक येना अगेन स्लीप इज वन ऑफ द मेजर रिजन्स फॉर मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज स्लीप डिप्रायवेशन लीड्स टू मेंटल हेल्थ इश्यूज इट्स ऑल इंटरकनेक्टेड सो दॅट्स वाय कमिंग टू बेसिक्स emotions now let's ask again ma'am what are you feeling right now peaceful ma'am okay that's a thought right what we'll talk next is a thought understood so it's a thought now what is the feeling to it yes see for us it's difficult because we have never given time and focused on this part of it. So it's important to sit with ourselves and ask ourselves after every half an hour, what am I feeling right now? Some youngsters comes to me for counseling and they say, ma'am, I get angry.
Say what they are saying because we don't know what they have said.
Okay. Yes. So ma'am said that she is, what was your thought ma'am just now because he said to repeat what you said, people behind can't hear you. What was your thought? Yes, so what I'll speak next was the thought. Okay, now I'm telling ma'am to emotionally connect to it. What was the emotion attached to that thought? So maybe curiosity. Are you getting me? So thought has to be connected to the emotions. Now a lot of youngsters are getting angry and that anger is going such that they're hitting their parents today. Yes? They're getting violent, aggressive, breaking their phones, breaking TVs, getting violent on their parent. I had a case where a 7th standard boy, since the mother took the phone from the child because he was too much for almost 3 hours on the phone and not giving the phone, the boy took the sofa and made it upside down and banged the mother's head on the wall. A 7th standard boy. What is the problem? Where is the problem? What do you think? Youngsters, what do you think? What is the problem here? Addiction of mobile. Okay. What adults think? What is the problem? Frustrations. Frustrations can be for many reasons. According to the ages, yes, every age has their own frustrations. Do you know that young pre-primary students today are having high rate of anxiety? Pre-primary and primary level students. In fact, me and my student Joyce, we had planned a research on it because today I see a lot of young from 1st standard to 4th standard, I'm getting cases where they're getting anxiety of going to school. Or maybe for some anxiety, they don't want to do their routine work. Why? We feel, no, what a 5-year-old or 8-year-old will have a stress. आमच्या टायमार आम्ही लॉलीपॉप खाताली मजा करताली. What do they have stress? Do you think they don't have stress? Yes, the most amount of stress among those kids because the exposure that they're getting online, sadly very dangerous for the young mind. And माझा बाबा जेवना, फोन दिल्यारूच जेवता. Agree? Yes. म्हाका कामा बल्ल्या म्हणून फोन दिले आणि हांव किचनान गेले. मागीर तो गेलो पांय कडे. डाडा 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 बडा राव रे घे पळय बस फोन तकली होना काय खराब पुरो जावन आयला एक तर हांव. Tell me if I'm wrong. It's happening in every houses? Yes. Communication gap is one of the major reasons again today for mental health issues. Earlier, everybody used to sit and have conversations, isn't it? Yes. Now, पाशियास ना आमकां एक तर. आणि दुसरें ऑनलायन इंटरेस्टिंग गोष्टी चल्ल्या न्ही 4 जाण चॅट करता 2 कोण तरी गेमी खेळटा आनी कोण फ्रेंडां रील धाडटा. So there's more interesting stuff online than offline. So that's why when mama says, "Bye, आयक गो आयज मगो खूबच दीस जाले पांय दुखता." ना हांव कितें करूं तुजे पांय दुखता जाल्यार? The daughter reacts, but the daughter never asked the mother, "Mama, is everything fine? Are you aging?" Because we all know after 40-45 women go through menopause. And no mother talks about menopause and mental health issues to their child. As a daughter and son, I need to be aware. Is it important? Yes, again. I remember when my dad used to come from work, I used to go running and give him a glass of water. Papa puros on ayla. Shh, mama angtali ogira. Tese kiraya magu naka kuru naka boa tension anasta to. Yes or no? So he used to get trained. That dada has come home, you have to give him peace. Give him water, relax him because garmi and ayla ni thondo kar pajayanga. But now the mother only will go to the husband and say, Shita takani kiridari zaida diya nala mazu tokli khatlo to. So the parenting style also have changed, no? The whole attention is to the child now. Now the child knows my rules. If I do something, they'll do it for me. Because I know how to, they know parent psychology so well. If mama doesn't agree, they'll go to dada. And dada and mama doesn't get along together. या dada जेव्हा माझ्या भुरग्या हांव कितें दितलो म्हाका मेवना म्हाका ताका दिवपा जाय. So that advantage is taken by the child. Yes or no again? Yes. So for all this we want a solution. The first solution is sit with yourself and understand yourself well. Then you will play all these roles fantastically well. Let's do it. So that was the first myth that we spoke about, that sometimes we want to go, but the societal thing that you are mad, you go to a counselor, or you should not, mental health taboo. The next taboo, what it is? When people come for counseling, my counseling students should tell you, what you feel is the second myth according to you all? You all are practicing now, you all are going in field. What is the second myth of counseling or mental health? Judgment of? Okay. That comes under this judgment of society. What else? As counselors, you all feel a challenge. No? Okay. The second the taboo is, if I go to a counselor, the moment I go in the center or clinic, I talk for 1 hour because our session normally goes for an hour. The moment I'm out, I should be perfectly fine. Change it down now. Let me be very clear, we are not magicians, right? You have been like this, like I'm 39, I've been like this for 39 years now. So if I want to change, I need time, correct? It's not instant, it's not magic that I take a magic wand and I change you. So if I tell you to do something, I'll tell you to do some exercises, mental health exercises, don't worry. But if you do, you'll find the change. I tell people, do mindfulness, do meditation and then see the magic. People say, yes, yes, yes. They'll do 2 days, tisre disa. Madam, ka disu kutna. How it will happen with 1 or 2 days? Right? You go to a doctor says, oh, you have put on weight. Come on, you need to exercise. You need to control your diet. Don't this exercise kelo, diet kelo. Tisre sa barik zatlo. No. You have to do it regularly. So that's the second block for us. Mental health means I should be instantly fine, which is not the reality. It takes time for you to be fine. Yes?
Yeah, my name is Brian. See, we watch Western media, what we see there is once you get into this counseling cycle, it's a never-ending cycle. It just keeps going on and on and on, and there is no end to it. So, I mean, that's what the media at least shows, the Western media, right? They call them shrinks. You just go there, you're strapped, and nothing happens after all so many sessions. So, what is your?
So now let me be very frank. Now media, it is this much, it shows this much. Okay. Now counseling, when do we go to a counselor is when I really need help and I have an issue. Now let me be very frank. Now when as a psychologist or a counselor, when we deal with case, we always go to the past of the person and try to understand from where the mental block has come. Now for example, I have a major mental block that I get scared to speak to people. Okay, I have fear or phobia of talking to people, or I can't handle stress, it takes a toll on my mind. So what we do is, in a therapeutic way, we go to the person's individual personality, from where he got those traits, what are the experiences that are fixated in his mind and has become like that. So we challenge those thoughts, we challenge those mindset, that is called as cognitive distortions. And then we work on those distortions and we make the person aware that these are the things and this is how you have to work. And it's a guidance approach. Now people have another feeling that counseling is all about advice giving. It's not about advice giving. Counseling is, because see, base of psychology is individual differences. We all are different individual. You will think differently, I will think differently, you are born differently, I am born differently. Even identical twins who are born from the same egg, who are having same genes, they will also be different. So we all individuals are different. So when we are talking about counseling approach, we do not give advice that according to me you should do this. No, that is not our job. Our job is to make a person understand where is the distortion and guide through the process that yes, I am with you to work along and this is the way we are working along to handle that issue. Now counseling or therapy can go any point of time. There can be a relapse. Suppose for example in a case of schizophrenia. Now schizophrenia is one of the major mental health issue which is a personality disorder. So there will be hallucinations, delusions, okay, and in schizophrenia you need psychiatric help as well as counseling process. So there has to be a medication and a therapy, then it works out. In severe depression cases, same thing. You need, because what happens in severe depression is there is again certain chemicals which we'll be focusing on. There's an imbalance happening in your brain. So neuropsychology, and the moment that imbalance is happening, it will affect your behavior and thought processes. And once we go to a psychiatrist, what does a psychiatrist do is they give some medicines which will be like antidepressants or releasing those positive hormones in your body, which will help you to be stable and then your thought process will be normal, right? Now some people's resilience power is good, some people's resilience power is weak. Now resilience power means the way our body has immunity to fight back to the virus, same way we have resilience power in our mind. That means suppose if I am shouting at her as a teacher and to her as a teacher, same situations, she goes home and she cries about it, she takes it to her heart and she thinks about it and stops coming to school. Whereas she says, she next day she comes back to school again and she's not bothered. Now why same situations, their reactions are different? Because her resilience power is not strong to take it. I'm just giving an example, okay? So her resilience power is not there. She gets emotionally hurt very fast. Whereas she didn't take it because chalta hai bhai, upar niche to hota hai. And today resilience power among us is gone very low. That's why small incident happens, we think of ending our life. Resilience power to take, if there is a problem, there will be a problem. Now if you talk to our earlier generations, they have seen so many problems in life, isn't it? If even you talk to people who are senior citizens here today, the amount of situations they have seen, it's more difficult that they have seen, but their resilience power was strong. Our resilience power is getting deteriorated, and that's why these problems are happening. So therapy can be any point of time, sir. As well as you feel, I have experienced it personally, being practicing in this field. Some people feel good within 1 or 2 sessions because they understand where is the distortion. Like I'll give you a very beautiful example. I had a client who had just passed out his engineering with superb marks. He was high IQ. His father was an engineer. So as soon as he passed out, he gave him an engineering project. Ki there 10 koti, you have to train 10 koti che school one pass hai. So he was all happy that his father gave him the project. Now what happened was, psychologically there was a reluctancy there. Because when he was going on the site, there was a supervisor who was much senior to him in work. So the moment he used to get up and from the bed to go to that for the project work, he used to get anxiety. So he didn't knew why there was an anxiety. So then he came for a counseling process. Now he was not aware why it is happening, how it is happening. Now what I made him to do one simple thing. Now I don't know also why the anxiety is coming. Now as a therapist, I need to first find out the cause of it. So I told him to go home and start writing a diary, 1 page every day. After 8 days, he came back to my center with that diary. I said, don't show it to me. I don't want to read your diary. You read the diary. This is a marker. Mark wherever you feel there's repetition of negative thoughts. That is mental blocks. So then he started reading it and he started marking the mental blocks for himself. So as he started marking, he understood one thing. that he had a fear of people who were elderly than him. So the fear that there is a supervisor waiting there, though the supervisor was good and supportive, his fear of talking to him was stopping him to complete that project. So in a therapeutic way, we dealt it, that fear of his, so that he can face the supervisor, and after some therapy sessions, within 11 months he finished the project. Getting my point? So sometimes it's our own mental blocks which stops us to do something. The moment you conquer those mental blocks and you understand where it is coming from, it can come from your parents, the environment that you have been brought up in. Okay, it can come from situations that you have experienced in life, some traumas in the childhood, or maybe as a person have you have developed yourself. So if you understand your personality to the core, you get all the answers right, and then it helps you to grow as a human being. Am I right? Yes. So let's take it that therapy is beautiful. It's not like major thing that happens. It can be a casual conversation sometimes as well. That I'm feeling low, I'm talking about it, I'm absolutely fine after that. Yes?
आमच्या भयणीन आमकां सद्याक जायत्यो वस्तू सांगल्यात आनी आमी आयकलां तें सांगलां ताचेर दोन चिंतनां मनां येतालीं म्हज्या so far what she has shared with us. When I went to US for my studies, immediate thing in the पयल्याच म्हयन्यांनी एक गमलें म्हाका that we have cultural differences. आनी दोन वस्तू एक आमच्या क्लासीन रोखड्योच म्हाका सिद्ध जाल्यो गमून आयलें when we were doing group therapy. ग्रुप थेरपी करता आसतना पयलें म्हाका गमून आयलें आमी इंडियन्स जीं क्लासीन आसलीं तीं आमचे भयणीन सांगलां तशें वी हॅड डिफिकल्टी एक्सप्रेसींग वॉट वी एक्झॅक्टली फिलींग. सो फिलींग लँग्वेज म्हणटा ती आमकां ना. आमी तर कोणाक विचारलें कशें आसाय, हाव यू फिलींग, नायस. नायस इज अ कॉमन वर्ड. गुड, नायस. एक्झॅक्टली आमकां कितें भोगता तें सांगपाक आमचे कडेन जायना. आनी ताका लागून पयली वस्त जी आमच्या भयणीन सांगल्या तातूंतल्यान म्हज्या मनान येताली ती वी हॅव टू गेट यूज टू फिलींग लँग्वेज. आनी देखील आमची भुरगीं आसात हिंगा तरणाटी तांकां म्हजो उलोव गेट यूज टू फिलींग लँग्वेज. अ प्रोफेसर यूज टू से टेल अस देर आर ओनली 4 इमोशन्स and I like that. There are only 4 emotions: glad, sad, mad, scared. Easy to remember. Glad, sad, mad, scared. Glad, joyous feelings. So it's that all other feelings are ripples of these 4 emotions. All other feelings. So feeling language that we express all are connected to these 4. So glad is joy, sad is sadness, mad is anger, and scared is fear. Okay, so हें म्हाका उगडास धरपाक बरें आमकां. पूण आमकां ती वी हॅव टू गेट यूज टू ripples of this, nuances of this. I'm feeling confused, I'm feeling anxious, anxiety related to fear, okay, and so on. So हे आमी संवय करूंक जाय. आमची उदी करून तरणाटी आसात तीं आमच्या भयणीन सांगल्या ते भाशेन इफ यू आर गोइंग टू एक्सप्रेस वॉट आय एम फिलींग आय हॅव टू लर्न फिलींग लँग्वेज. सो ही पयलें म्हज्या मनान येता थॉट. दुसरो आमच्या डिस्कशन्सांनी थंयसर अमेरिकेक एक आमकां स्पश्ट जालें म्हटल्यार वन ऑफ द ब्लॉक्स वी हॅव विथ मेंटल हेल्थ एंड with regard to counseling and other things is ओदी करून तरणाट्यांक भुरग्यांक ओदी करून चेडवांक आमकां दिसता आमी सायकोलॉजिस्टा फुड्यान गेले कावन्सिलरा फुड्यान गेले जाल्यार आमकां सोयरीक येवची ना. सोयरीक येवची ना जावं ती चेडवां जावं चेडे. म्हाका दिसता this is whether we like it or not, this is a real fear but an irrational fear, okay, which we need to probably address through REBT. Probably.
Okay, so we'll do a small activity. I need my volunteers' help. We will be giving randomly few papers to some of them. Can you distribute? And the task is very simple. Joyce will instruct you with something. Okay, she will instruct you with a simple instructions will be given. She has a picture in her hand and instructions will be given, and you have to do it according to your understanding. You cannot ask questions, you cannot say anything, just follow what she says. So once few volunteers, we are just picking up, okay, few of them. And do not copy each other's. No, yes. Okay, done? Yes, thank you volunteers. Clear, everybody clear? She will say the instructions, you just have to draw it, that's it. Simple? Okay. All yours. Yes.
Get pen, Jimmy. There, behind.
They need more pens, I think so.
Shall we begin? Yes, no? Okay. So I'll start, okay? A triangle. You need to draw a triangle first.
See, as I said, you cannot
You can't ask questions directly.
You just have to follow what she says. Little mic closer. Little behind, cannot hear.
First, you need to draw a triangle. Done? Pen is not. Done? Line. A line. A line connected to a triangle. First a triangle, a line connected to it.
Only two. Yes, only two instructions. A triangle and a line connected to a triangle. That's it.
Then connect a triangle to it. To that line you have to connect a triangle.
Yes. हळूच अशी कोण करा खाली कोण दाखवतो.
Done? Then join a line. Connect a line again.
Just follow, don't worry. If it is right, wrong, in psychology there's nothing right and wrong. Just go ahead.
You want me to repeat again? Only 4 steps. Now, draw a line upwards. Draw a line upwards. Yeah, it is connected to it. Remember, all the lines, all the shapes are connected to each other. Understood? Finish? Now draw a triangle attached to it. Connect. Finish? Basically, you've drawn a line, right? 4 steps are done. For that line, you need to draw another triangle. Connect it, join it to it, right?
So just go according to what you understand. Whatever you understand, you do it, sir. Don't worry. Just go with the flow. Go, continue. That's the magic of psychology. Yes, continue.
Finish? Now draw a line vertical towards it.
So much of time.
Draw a line vertical towards it.
Done. That is done. Don't repeat the instruction. They get confused.
A rectangle now.
A rectangle attached to that line, a new line which you all have drawn. A rectangle attached to your new vertical line.
Attach a vertical line.
Another vertical line attached to your new rectangle. किती सांगता येईल? Rectangle काढलो त्या rectangle एक उभी line काढलो.
A horizontal line attached to it.
A horizontal line attached to your new vertical line. Good. Continue.
A vertical line attached to your horizontal line.
Again, any side, anyhow. Another vertical line. Draw a small one.
And a circle attached to it.
Circle.
Okay, ready? Can we see the original picture? Sure.
See.
Okay, you have to walk through
Walk around.
and see your own pictures. Different people have drawn differently. Ma'am has done write it on top. Okay, so this is just small one. Some did it. Yes, it's creative stuff. Here there is some zigzag dancing also paper. Yes, let me see. Yes. She has done it like this. Everybody's is different, ma'am. Yours? Okay, very nice. Some geometrical things came up, so let me see yours. I feel it's like a ship. Very nice. So yours? Oh, wonderful. Is everybody's thing different? Okay, what is the learning here? What do we understand with this? Yes, that means when Joy started telling you, she had her things going on in her mind with her belief systems, her experiences, her knowledge. Am I right? Everybody got same instructions, but still some of us were confused, had more curiosity, and we made our own judgments. So the next lesson in psychology and mental health, that we have to be non-judgmental. Correct? We often are, as human beings, we are always judgmental. I remember my journey when I started after my masters going for sessions. The first thing that came up, "Awai, ya por sangtale amka, kiti karpa jayte?" We judge, no? Constantly we judge? Yes. आजकालची पिढीच बाद. Judge. ए जाणटी तकलीच खाता काय बरें सांगचीच ना. Judge. In mental health, we can't be judgmental because for you, some things which is normal, for some it is abnormal. Am I clear here? Yes. So somebody came and asked me a beautiful question that if you see somebody on streets and they walk, no, and they talk, they're talking to themselves. पयलींच्या काळान आमी कितें करताले? पिसो तो तकली उडयल्या ताणें. Nobody used to bother, right? But since slowly we are becoming aware, there's a reason. There might be some traumatic incidences in life. We have so many cases, doctors, engineers, teachers, lawyers. Something happened drastic. I have known people who are very good, highly intellectual, but some triggered in their mind and they completely became insane or they needed help. But that point of time, nobody was available. Do you know even a woman when she delivers, there is postpartum depression? Yes, even in menopause for women, when they go through menopause, there can be depression. But nobody talks about it. If there is a postpartum depression in the house to a woman who has delivered, घरातली म्हणटली, "हाय आमका भुरगी जावना, आमका 4 जाल्ली." हे नवीतून फेडपा बाकी तरी postpartum. We do judge. Things are changing, lifestyle is changing, and this is very common. Some child will go for the exam and she'll get panic attacks looking at the paper. She's not doing it purposely. It's happening to her. Let her talk about it. Don't talk about your mental health to somebody. Don't express your emotions to anybody. Talk, but talk to a right person who can guide you. Because one small thing can ruin the whole mindset, and this is the perfect example that we have curiosity to know about somebody, some things, but we all are individuals. And the moment I learned this in my life when I was doing my psychology studies, that every individual who comes to me is different, so which applies to you will not apply to her. We all are different and we have to accept. Even in the families, we are 4 of us, husband, wife, 2 kids, we all are different individuals, and we have to respect everybody's emotions as well as value each other's emotions. Am I right? So if my daughter comes to me, though she is 8-year-old, and she says, "Mama, I'm pretty upset today," if I ignore her when she'll be 18, she will ignore my emotions when I'll reach at 60. So when she's 8 and she comes and tells me, for me, an adult, it looks minor. Ama itlaच झाले, फ्रेंडान उलोवना म्हणून ती इतले टेंशन घेता. चड रे बाबू. For her age, it is sensitive. Yes? Yes, and that's what is we have to understand today, that if you find any mental health patients seeing on street, now there is a rule and there's a way to go about it. You know, if you find anybody on the street who needs mental health help and they have been no family, first thing you need to do is find out if they have a family. So you can take their help. Because now there is IPHP. Everybody is aware about IPHP? Yes, IPHP is Institute of Psychiatry and Human Behavior. In layman's term, पयलीचे लोक ताका कितें म्हणटाले? पिशाचें hospital. But today we don't call it Pishacha hospital, because even normal people go to IPHP, because if they have something, they'll go take the treatment and they'll be out, as we go often to GMC and take treatment and we come out. That's no more Pishacha hospital. Because we all are crazy in our own way, isn't it? Yes. Only thing is to craziness hami dapun dowalna. Yes or no? Yes. So if you find that like this patients, the first thing that you need to do is find out if there is a family. If there is no family around, then take it to the police station. And as a citizen of the country, you have right. Let me be very frank, we all have our own rights and we need to become aware about our rights. That I'm finding this particular person to be on street for quite a long time. Then police will take the cognizance and through the collector's permission, they will admit them to the IPHP and the treatment will be done. I have handled so many cases like this. Now since I'm aware, I'm doing it, but I'm telling this to you all also. If anything wrong happening, we all have right to take it. But then what do we say? Again, म्हाका कितें करपाक जाय? म्हज्या लायफान प्रॉब्लेम कमी जे आनी ओडून घेवं हांव. right? Don't tag them. They became mentally ill because of some reason, some traumas in their life, so they are not mad. If given proper treatment, people have cured with mental illness as well. But only thing is that atmosphere is needed, those kind of treatments are needed at the right time. Okay, so now let's go proceed further. We have 3 levels of mind, but for us the most 2 important levels in mind is conscious mind and subconscious mind. Yes? Conscious mind is mind that we are aware about. Right now we are aware? Yes. And subconscious mind, which covers the 90% of our life, our thoughts and emotions. It's the subconscious mind. So it starts developing from childhood and it stores lot of data. Now let's take a small child who's naughty. And if one person starts telling the child, you are naughty, you are naughty, you are naughty, one person starts, other person continues, he goes in the school, he goes everywhere, everybody tags him. What happens? It gets fixated in his subconscious mind, bhai main to naughty hu, mera kuch nahi hone wala, I'm good for nothing. So it gets stored in the subconscious mind. And once things get stored in your subconscious mind, it's difficult to remove. So a request to all the parents who have young kids, please do not tag them how much you feel like tagging them, right? Once it gets fixated, tujan zaupana, kinak kartate, khoi watle kurun, all these things get fixated. So that's why young age parenting is so important today, that what are we talking today goes to the subconscious mind. Even to yourself. One simple thing, lot of people today, middle age and after 60s, they complain about maka need padna. I don't get sleep, I don't get sleep, I don't get sleep. So every time I go and talk to them, madam, nidut padana. What are you doing is, you're giving those commands also to your subconscious mind. So subconscious mind, every time you go on the bed, maka nidut padche na. So need padchits na. You have to make efforts to change those thoughts. And when you make efforts, the thoughts are taken by your subconscious mind. Because remember, subconscious mind cannot filter between right and wrong. Whatever is your belief system, it takes it, it takes it, it takes it. And that becomes your real self. Yes. Even if how much you try hard it is, but you have to make attempts. You have to change those thoughts, as I said, mental blocks, which is stopping you to achieve. I'll give you a perfect example of mine. When I was small, I was being always labeled due to certain reasons in my family, my relationships. My sister was highly intellectual and I was average in studies. My sister is tall and I'm short. So every time, all the critics I used to get when I was young. So one day I went to my mother, I was in 6th, 7th standard, and I asked my mom, Mama, Dev jana gun mattala didik fude dorila and maka fatlan dorile. So mom said, why are you asking me this? So my mother is not highly qualified, but she was a psychologist for me at that point of time. She said, why you feel this? I said, everybody is tagging me. All relatives come home, they say, oh, your sister is so talented, what's wrong with you? I go to the school, we're studying in the same school. So teachers teaching her coming in my class, what's wrong with you, Ketki? Look at Mitali. Comparisons, So then I was so frustrated that nothing, bhai, kyun? Paida kyun kiya Bhagwan ne? So then one day when I asked, my mother said, you go in the class and check, there's one thing which is unique in you, which is not there in others, or which is very rarely seen in people. So I went next day in the class. I saw, I couldn't see anything great. I came home, I told my mother, Mama, kai na mo, tu best santa. Mama said, you're a left-hander, I'm a left-hander. So now at this age it doesn't matter. But for a 6th, 7th standard child, it mattered. Self-identity. I was searching, who am I? What am I? Right? Self-concept. She said, see, you're a left-hander, you're born unique. Nobody, very rare people are left-handers. Amitabh Bachchan left-hander, Gandhiji left-hander. Right or wrong? So great people are left-handers, unique people are left-handers. So you are unique. So what did my mother do? That thought, subconscious level, that I'm good for nothing, she changed it to I'm unique. Of course, that didn't change my IQ. I was still average. The moment teacher said, go Kitki, write on the board, I didn't know the answer, but my confidence increased because the moment I used to go and write on the board, I used to get comments from behind, dhaukure mare, dhaukure mare. How do you eat? how do you write? म्हणजे तू हुशार नाही, म्हणजे तू lucky नाही. So simply with that one thing, things started changing in my mind. And I started believing, boy, I am unique. So I chose the profession which was unique that time. Getting my point? Why I'm telling you this? The moment you change your thoughts, you change your belief systems. And the moment you change your belief systems, you change your life. So don't tell yourself that you're unlucky. You're the only one who has problems in this world. You're the most unique person in your own way. I didn't change my height. I'm still short. Yes? Yes. I didn't change my complexion. I'm still the same. But I changed my personality in such a way that I became unique. Getting my point? It's your belief system about you that can help you to achieve what you are. So that's why when I'm pointing out fingers to somebody else, I should think twice, thrice, because 3 times my fingers are pointing towards me. And if I'm working in that direction, I'm more confident in telling my people around, this is what I've tried and tested, you also do it and see. So subconscious level, before you go on the bed, a sincere request to everybody sitting over here, including us. No gadgets on the bed, please. You know why? The moment you're going to sleep, your subconscious mind is super active. And the moment you get up from the bed, your subconscious mind is again active. And this both times you take phones, which is wrong. So that time is the most important time. You have to give commands to your mind. So be with yourself, not with the gadget. Don't say good night to everybody in the world. Just say it to yourself. Right? That's more than enough, and that's a beautiful thing to connect. And tried and tested, that's why I'm telling you this confidently. Change your commands inside every day. Paay dukta, kamar dukta. More psychosomatic again. The moment you say, I'm fit and fine, I'm fit and fine, I'm fit and fine, I'm healthy, I'm healthy, I'm healthy. Yes, it's here. I have trained myself so much. Like today, last night we had a best friend's wedding. We were there dancing for almost 2 hours. We came at home at around 1:30, slept at 2. And I have a habit of getting up early, so I couldn't sleep late in the morning. So the moment I got up, and still we have to go back, this Portone today. So we are all in that wedding mode, and I had a bad headache. I normally don't get. So it's because of sleep deprivation, nothing else. So now the moment I came here, I told Sachi I have headache. But the moment I have trained that I'm on stage, and my family knows I'll be speaking for 2-3 hours. They said, oh God, you're speaking for 2-3 hours today with this headache? And I said, no, the headache will go, and actually the headache is gone. You know why? I've trained mind that when this is my place, I am the best. Samajh mein aaya? Yes. So if somebody in the class, somebody among your friends come and tell you, what's your name? Calvin. You can't do it, yeah. Don't do it, yeah. Let them say what you have to say to yourself. I can and I will do it. It doesn't happen in one day. You need time. The result and the success takes time. You take all successful people, they had failures, they had challenges. You know Sachin Tendulkar? Who is he? What is the title given to him? What is the title given to him? Our generation people, let's ask Sachin Tendulkar, they will know Virat Kohli more than Sachin. What is the title? God of cricket. You know Sachin Tendulkar is short in height? He got critics? Yes. He got critics for his voice? Yes. People went to break his bungalows when he failed in cricket? Yes. But a point came when he became the god of cricket, and the whole universe says Sachin is god of cricket. So, let people say what they have to. What you're telling inside yourself is more important. This is especially for the young ones who are sitting today. Okay, you have to make efforts, work on yourself, sit with yourself, not with your Baba. What is that Baba? I call it mobile Baba. Not with that Baba all the time, because that will ruin this. The most effective thing is your mind and brain,
is such a powerful tool, you still don't know. Research shows that in a whole lifespan, suppose you live for 60 years, you only use 9 to 10% of your brain and mind power. So if you actually use it, these gadgets are nothing in front of us. Right? And my memory is weak, yeah. Everybody will come to me, no, yeah, I can't remember, my memory is weak, my memory is weak, my memory is weak. Turn it to no, my memory is strong, my memory is strong, my memory is strong. You see, after some time, your memory will actually become strong. Let's do it, everybody together. From today onwards. So challenge your mental blocks. Sit, take a paper and pen like this. The most wonderful way to know yourself is paper and pen, not on the gadgets again. It's more effective. There is research. Read again. You are a gadget people. Go online. See the connection of brain, hand and writing. What it is. Vision. It should be seen on the paper, written on it. Write your goals. Write things. Write that is challenging you. You are getting angry. You can't control your anger. Ask reason why. Why am I taking my frustrations onto somebody else who is poor? No. Have not done anything. Yes. Once I know to channelize my energy, you will be the most beautiful soul. So you will say, by every janam mujhe ketki hi kijo. Right? Yes. Because once you start loving yourself, once you start understanding your power, things are that simple. But we are chasing big, big things. We want bungalows, we want Mercedes, we want bank balance, foreign trips. But then at the end, what matters? Mental peace. That is not there. म्हज्याकडे एक आसा ताज्याकडे 2 Mercedes मरे म्हाका घेवची पडली. Today because of social media we are comparing our life. Half of us are comparing our life online. Always ते कितें कपडे घालून शो मारता पळय. Yes or no? Yes, she had this trip. She went here. She was, having this season. She's going out this place. म्हाका पणजेतच पावना ना. Comparison again. So stop comparing things and start sitting with yourself and start working on yourself. What I was talking about the chemical locha is this chemicals. Can you see it? Everybody behind can see? Okay, I'll help you to remember simple ways these all 4 chemicals. D-O-S-E. Dose. Let's say with me. D-O-S-E. Dose. दोतोर dose दिता antibiotics घेवपाक जाय मदेच सोडली जाल्यार असर जावचो ना. This is dose of your mind. So D stands for dopamine, E stands for endorphin, O stands for oxytocin and S stands for serotonin. Now these are happy chemicals which is constantly there in you. Yes? So if I say to ma'am, you're looking very pretty in this t-shirt, white. There's a glow on your face. Ma'am had a nice smile. What happened? Release of happy chemical in your body. I do something good, I praise my own self or I get praise from somebody, I release a chemical in my body. I'm stressed, I go home and play with my pet, release of chemical in the body. I'm feeling disturbed, I go in my prayer room, talk to God, I feel good, relaxed, release of chemical in the body. I do workout, I do walking, I come back home, I'm feeling fresh, release of chemical in your body. But today, these chemicals are released at a very lower rate and that's why people are going with mental health issues and then doctors and psychiatrists will release and induce these chemicals artificially in your brain once it has gone out of control, which can be done naturally by you. You work out, you go for a walk. Now walk doesn't mean walking and talking with your friends and gossiping about everybody in the society. Walking means mindful walk. I do exercise, focus on my body and mind, it is releasing chemical in my body. I said I am stressed, I talk to my friend, not about the whole world. I am talking about myself, release of hormones in my body. So you should know how to release these chemicals naturally. And once you know that, see, Now what are these chemicals are different roles. So the endorphin is a painkiller in your body. How we take a body ache and we take a paracetamol. So endorphin is a painkiller for your mind. So exercising, watching something interesting, or you just be calm and in situations where which will relax you, that is endorphin, which is a painkiller. You see a comedy movie or a serial. Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma, a lot of people at night they used to watch and sleep. So feel good. Forget all sorrows of daily dramas, dan, don, sas bahu fights. At the end it was Tarak Mehta Ka Ulta Chashma. Or some comedy movie or something. But today people, chain se sona hai to jaag jao. News. Where there is a murder, there is a crime, starts the day with that and ends the day with that. Not on the TV, now it's in front, Mobile Baba. Release of negative chemical. Next, dopamine is a reward chemical. As I said to ma'am, it's a release of dopamine chemical in your body. Now how you can help yourself and others also. One day, I was travelling from Margaon to Panjim and Verna signal it stopped for quite a long time, isn't it? Yes. Now what happened was, I was sitting and my daughter was in the car, and in the next car there was a beautiful lady dressed up in a nice sari. But she was all looking stressed. It was seen on her face. Now I said, Dhruvi, see, let's do a magic. She said, how mama? She knows I do all these social stunts. So she just watched for 2 minutes and there was just 45 seconds left. And I just honked my car and I made that lady to see me. So she saw me. I said, madam, burista. I just honked. And I made this expression. We didn't speak. The windows were off on top. And she honked, she said thank you and she left. Did the magic happen? Yes. How? Arey bhai, women no. Women psychology, you appreciate, they like it. So her mood automatically changed. Release of hormone happened. A reward chemical, that is dopamine, in her body. Now wherever she is going, she will not go stressed and she will not shout at 10 people. Instead her program or event will go well. She will be happy, 10 more people will be happy. And she will be happy throughout the day. Why? Even while going home and once she is home and before changing the sari, she will look in the mirror, for the whole day that release is enough? Yes. So once you understand this mantra, it doesn't only help you, it helps other 10 people around. Have you seen Munna Bhai? Jadoo Ki Jappi? What he does there? He goes to people, of course, I will not tell you to give jappi to everybody. But we can be grateful to people around, small things and appreciating them. Maka kire karpak jai? Auna karche appreciate. Te maje kade ule na Facebook friend. Everybody's Facebook friend. Reality, no friend. So when you first work on yourself and you start to release these hormones, you start releasing it in everybody. But for that, again, you need to give time to yourself. Yes, the next is oxytocin, which is the love chemical. So you do something which makes you feel good, playing with a pet, you do some exercises, okay, or you have a baby at home and you play, again that will release. Now last one is serotonin, which is a mood stabilizer. So you do some activities which will stabilize your mood, especially meditation. I will teach you one technique at the end. You want to learn? Mindful meditation I'll teach you. Is how to relax your mind instantly at that particular moment. Now why we need to work on this? Otherwise there is a stress hormone in your body. Are you aware about the stress hormone? What is that stress hormone called? Science student? Kono tatwir korcho na? Ami nare baba science student. It is a stress hormone in your body. Anybody behind? Cortisol. So that's when you're stressed. What will happen? Cortisol will get released, oxygen will go down, your BP will shoot up, palpitations will happen. Ani, atta maji satakli. So instantly, the instant thing, if you're stressed, what to do at that moment? Deep breathing. Why deep breathing? It will relax you, oxygen will increase and cortisol level will go down. ह्या सगळ्यांक सगळ्या खबर आसा करपाक टाइम ना. Agree no? Time na रे. So what do we need to do now? we have to become mentally stronger. So first request, as I said, today onwards, write your emotions and feelings on paper. खंयच्याय भाशेन पर्या आमकां बूक छापपाचो ना असा ना, whichever language which comes from your heart. No? Yes. Right. The most powerful tool we have is this. I have taught my daughter from the age of 3 to express her emotions, that is called as emotional intelligence, by writing. At that age she couldn't write, so I told her to express with drawing. Everywhere she goes today, she goes with a book and a pen and a sketchbook. If I am available or not available, if she is going through anything, she will first thing do it is expressing it on the paper. And when she is expressing it on the paper, she knows why it is happening and how she has to deal with it. And if she is not in a position to deal with it, she will come to me and she will say at the end of the day, Mama, I want to talk to you. Can we talk? So and if somebody is interfering, oh, that's a personal talk, you should not come. Please do it. As adults, when we will do it, then only our younger generations will start doing it. Parenting styles earlier were different and today it is different. And we have to understand that everybody's emotions has to be valued. How dotor zang Paulo na? Tuye dotorut saupas dai. Many students tell us, ma'am, I don't want to take science. My parents forced me to do so. But then survival they have to do, not the parent. Isn't it? Yes. Don't put your suppressed emotions or feelings of childhood. Maja pain ashe kelle muna tuka tashe karta. Whatever it is, sit with yourself and start getting answers. What you wanted, you don't impose it on the younger generations, but in a better position to tell them this is how life it is and you have to take it forward. Am I right or wrong? Yes. So please promise me from today, it can be 1 line, it can be 2 lines, it can be 1 page. It's up to you. But write and don't keep it there. After every 8 days, go back to your diary and start reading it. You will automatically understand your mental blocks and change your mental blocks. What is stopping you? Are the situations stopping you, or your own thoughts are stopping you to achieve that thing? Yes? There was a beautiful scene in a movie. It was a scene of Ajay Devgan and Siddharth Malhotra in a movie. Siddharth Malhotra dies an unnatural death and then he goes on top. So then there's a decision being made to choose heaven or hell. So then Ajay Devgan is the kind of a god on top which is trying to make him understand about life and where he went wrong. So he tells him one joke, tells Siddharth Malhotra one joke, and he laughs at it. Then he tells the same joke again. He again laughs at it. He tells the 3rd time, 4th time, same joke. But now he doesn't laugh at it. So he says, why are you telling me the same joke again and again? I already laughed at it first time when you told me. Then Ajay Devgan says, when you cannot laugh on one joke again and again, then why do you cry on the same situations again and again? Do we need to change? Yes. God helps those who helps themselves. So if I crib, now I'm in commission, I deal with a lot of women problems, women issues, domestic violence, I go in the police stations, lot of places. So few years back, one lady called me saying, Maza navra mala marto, that means my husband he beats me and is a scientist. After some time, I said, do you need my help? So counseling or maybe commission, whatever it is. So she said she'll get back to me. She didn't get back to me. After 3 years, again she gives me a call. Madam, did you recognize me? I said, yes. What happened? I said, ma'am, again he's still hitting me. The things didn't change? No, man, on top of that, I got another baby now. Now what to do? Still situations have not changed. So she again started crying, cribbing about it, talking about it. I heard almost for an hour. But then I asked at the end one question to her. Do you want to continue this for more lifetimes? And then after again 5 years give me a call? Or you want to change? Then finally the decision is yours. Otherwise, if you don't find any solution to these kind of things, there will be no change. So that's why introspection for yourself is very important. Yes, you have to use your time well. 80-20 principle. 80% of the time we do things that are of 20% value and vice versa. So utilize your time in such a way that you channelize your day properly. So if you calculate your mobile time and other activities, you are wasting your time more often. You utilize it in something good every day, do it, you feel so fantastic about it. How many of you all can sit with yourself for 5 minutes without getting disturbed? Hands up please. Good. How many of you all are doing meditation? Okay, 1, 2, 3. Very good. Okay, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. How do you feel after doing meditation? How long you have been doing it? Yes? Did you learn anywhere? Let them laugh. You know, people who don't know anything, they laugh. So don't worry. I'm with you. Yes. So you're doing meditation or not doing meditation? What's your name? Brian. Okay. And from where did you learn meditation, or you learned it from yourself? Very nice. And how often do you do it in a day? Every day for how long? Half an hour. And how many years now you've been doing it? Or months? A year. Okay. Are you feeling good? Okay. Now, this is a generation, you know, where they take everything lightly. मैं भी नहीं करा, तू भी मत कर भाई. So that is a trend. So you're doing meditation, you said. How long now? Great. And how do you feel every day when you do it? Fantastic. Now see, let me be very clear. Meditation will not give you power to get everything in life. Meditation will help you to tackle with problems in life. It gives you a clear understanding. It clears your path and you know your energies. So when I'm disturbed and I do meditation, I'm aware about it, I channelize it well. It connects you, as Father rightly said, you know, today it is about body, mind and soul. That beautiful connection comes with the power of meditation. The calmness, the stability and the focus comes with meditation. You want to try? Everybody wants to try? Yes? Okay. So now everybody first is put their phones on silent. नेमके meditation अंग बसले की तो आवाज वाजता पै पू करो. Silent, phones are silent? Okay. If you have things, keep it aside and sit straight. And your backbone has to be straight, but it can be relaxed on the back of the chair. But only thing is, it has to be straight. It should not be bended. Okay. Your hands on your thighs. Your feet straight. And if you feel discomfort, some of you all, that's okay if you suddenly open your eyes, you're feeling restless or something, that's absolutely fine. Try to control it and focus on my voice. Ready? Close your eyes. Do not open unless and until I tell you to do so. Take a deep breath. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And now slowly start focusing on your body. Start from your toe. Focus on your right leg. Feel your right leg. Your left leg. Now slowly move upwards. Feel your stomach. Become aware about it. The muscles. Slowly come on top. Focus on your chest. Feel the breathing. Move slowly upward on your right shoulder. right hand and right hand fingers. Feel the blood flowing, feel the muscles. Slowly bring your attention to your left hand, left shoulder and left hand fingers. Now slowly go towards your back, your backbone, your neck, your face. And focus on your head. Now you're completely aware about your body. Let's go deep in your mind. Focus on all the thoughts that are coming in your mind. Some may be good thoughts, some may be little disturbing thoughts. Become aware about everything that is happening within you. Now imagine you're sitting in nature's lap. There are mountains and rivers. You can see water flowing. You're sitting on the bank of the river and beautiful water flashes on your face. You can see greenery around and finding calmness within you. When you're feeling good and relaxed, you're feeling calm and happy, say to yourself inside, I'm happy and calm. I'm relaxed and I know my choices. My emotions is in my control. I love my life. I love my life. I love my life. Now bring back yourself in the current situation where sitting in the hall with the focus on your body and mind and promising yourself that you're taking care of yourself in a beautiful way. I am happy for who I am and I'm happy for who I'm becoming. Thank you to the Almighty, the power that He has given within us. You're feeling strong, you're feeling balanced, and you're feeling calm. Take a deep breath again. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. And as you're comfortable, slowly open your eyes. Yes, you can rub your palms, feel the heat here and on the eyes, please. How are you feeling? Yes, this is just for 5 minutes a demo. If you go online, put some instrumental music, keep a fixed time. Like I get up at 5 in the morning, that's my daily routine. First thing I do is giving time to myself because I have a cause, I have a purpose in life. So if I want to do that, I need to charge my battery before charging my mobile's battery. So let's charge the battery this way. Understand that mind and emotions, roller coasters will always be there. Always I'll be physically fit? No, sometimes I will be unfit. Sometimes I'll have issues because I'm a human being. But when I address it at the right stage, I can deal with it in a right way. And let's start it from home. Anybody and everybody can go through some things. If I talk to older people generation, they'll have their own tussles, own issues. Younger generations will have their own challenges. So once the moment we respect that, things go beautifully. Like I am a middle-aged generation. I have a daughter who's 2 days generation, and I have my parents who's older generation. So if I sit for 5 minutes with my gadget, my dad will come and react. Because it's not seen like that, right? He's a person who's seen life without gadget. So I need to respect? Yes. But I have to balance again with my child who's of this generation. So it's my job now to balance it both ways. So how do I talk to my daughter? How do I talk to my father? How do I talk to my mother? It's everything is rotating on how my responses to myself. Because I can be a psychologist to the world. At home I am a mother and a daughter. Hey, तुझी शापोता psychologyची बाहेर हा बापूय तुझो. Agree or not? So that time I can't say हांव जगाक psychology शिकयता तूं म्हाका सांगता. No, I have to respect the fact that he is my father and he has a right to tell me to shapotas every day. Agree no youngsters? Yes. So when we understand this beauty, everything goes beautifully. Yes, ma'am, you want to say something? Yes, please. Absolutely, ma'am. So there is mindful breathing. Yes, there is, if you go intense, now since I have lack of time, but there's a meditation process, there's mindful breathing also. Okay, so now I just took 2 or 3 deep breaths. Ma'am, in meditation, if you see, normally meditation doesn't go for 5 minutes. It goes for half an hour to 45 minutes, and if your span is that much, it goes to 1 hour as well. But in the first 15-20 minutes of meditation, it's always about deep breathing. So inhalation and exhalation gives you a lot of relaxation. Suppose for example, even instantly tomorrow your child is stressed or you are stressed for some reason maybe. What you need to do is, the more you do deep breathing, forget about the meditation process, even the deep breathing will release those hormones, which will give you a rational thinking approach to it. Okay, that's why today even Western cultures are coming in India and adopting our Indian culture and understanding the use of pranayam. There's a reason for it. Why people are, even in Goa, there are so many retreats and things happening where people are going in the villages, going in the roots and sitting calmly and just focusing on their breathing. Because your breathing channelizes your energy and then you understand about thoughts. How thoughts are coming from? From mind. If the mind is not stable, thoughts will not be stable, of course. So deep breathing is the technique. I just had 2-3 deep breaths because we had short of time. But it should be 15 to 20 minutes only of deep breathing. So inhalation, hold. So if you go deep breathing goes this way. You inhale, count 3, 1, 2, 3 inside, wait for 3 seconds again and then exhale with 3 count, 1, 2, 3. So it should come out from the mouth. So inhale, hold, exhale. Again, Anulom Vilom is the fantastic way. So if you understand yoga and pranayam, I think we can take another session on that, which helps you to understand your mind in a beautiful language. So there is, if you don't go to the gym, that's fine, it's your choice. You do workout at home, it's your choice. But make it a point, you do some mindful exercises. Now what is mindfulness? What do you mean by mindfulness? Since ma'am took out the topic, what is mindfulness? Have you heard this term? Today it is trending. In our therapies also we are talking about mindfulness. Mindfulness is living in the present moment. So my dear audience, we always juggle into things about the past. कल क्या हुआ, परसों क्या हुआ, 10 साल पहले क्या हुआ, and about the future, कल क्या होगा, परसों क्या होगा, बुढ़ापे में क्या होगा. And in that bargain we worry, and we forget to live in the moment. How many of you are thinking, kenna soptolo kai, gharawas pade kama bolle aita sopat ailo? You're not mindful, no? Who doesn't have duty at work? We all have. But all the time we are at work, we are thinking about home. We are at home, we are thinking about work. When our kids are small, kenna oldi zatli kai, tension kami zatli. When they grow up, balhana shili tit buri shili. So when are we living? Frankly, you're not able to live, no? So mindfulness teaches you to live in the present moment. I am getting old, yes, old age, beautiful. I am young, energetic, yes. So when you are doing mindful exercises, it is beautiful. Now I'll teach you 2-3 mindful exercises and we'll keep the forum open. Okay? Yes, is that okay, Father? Yes. So first mindful exercise which you need to do from today. First one is mindful eating. Promise me that you all will do mindful eating. That means today nobody is eating mindfully. अर्धे लक्ष फोनाचेर नाजाल्यार नेटफ्लिक्सचेर. Yes or no? Yes. You know, our older generations were so mindful. When used to sit for pangat, no? Sit all together to eat food. जाणटेलो घरांतलो कितें सांगतालो? जेवताना उलोवप ना, फाट्ट करून पडटाले. तुमकां पडलां? आमकां पडलां हें तशें आसतना. That means concentrate on your food, because we all are struggling to get that food which is there on the plate, isn't it? Why are you going for work? Why am I going for work? Survival of the fittest, that comes from the food, and we are not concentrating on that food. So mindful eating, how it goes? First look at the plate. For few seconds cherish the plate. Maybe afternoon it might be hectic, at least dinner time. We all pray, no, before we eat food, all of us. Yes. Look at the plate. Look at the colors, and when you eat it very slowly. Feel it in your body and mind. That's called as mindful eating. 1. Second, mindful walk. Now mindful walk means walking very slowly. So if you are into regular walks, go in the gardens or anywhere barefoot. Don't wear your chappals or slippers or sandals. You have to feel the earth in your body. Even when we construct buildings, there's earthing. Earthing bigger, wiring bigger. Yes or no? Yes, we check earthing, no? House also. We have some elements in the body, so we need earthing. That's why mindful walk, it has to be slow. It has to go in your body, absorb in your mind, and do mindful walk alone. We'll try? We'll try or not? And everybody has phones? Take out your phone. Make a good use of that now today. Everybody take out your phone. Go into alarms. Go into alarms. Alarm section is there. Now, alarm nahi, this is mindful alarm now. Set 3 alarms in a day. Suppose we get up in the morning at 7 and we go to sleep by 11. So in that duration, anytime you feel you'll be able to be mindful, set 3 alarms. Like for example, you set 1 at 8, 1 at 1:30, 1 at evening 7. Set 3 alarms. And on that alarms, some mobiles has an option of giving a name to it. You'll have an option of name. Set 3 alarms and write in those alarm names that you want to hear for yourself. For example, I love you. So you're telling yourself that I love you. You're special for me. Yes, you're the best version of yourself. I have my alarms like that, which I want to hear for myself. So even if I'm in rush, even if I'm somewhere in work and I'm in the gadbad, and when the alarm beeps at 11 a.m. and I'm in my clinic, when I see the alarm, there's automatically a mindfulness which comes to me and there's a smile on my face. The alarm says, Ketki, I love you. Is it important to remind yourself that you're special for yourself? Yes. Somebody comes and tells me, I am beautiful, I am strong, I am this, that comes later. Because if you keep those things on somebody else to tell you, you'll never be happy. The moment you know that you're strong, you're beautiful, you're blessed, the whole world says it or doesn't say it, doesn't matter. So let's set these 3 alarms other than your normal routine alarms to remind you. And once you are into that routine, mindfulness will happen regularly and it will help you to live in the present. Today we are here and we have to accept things are changing faster rate, and thus is the reality. Let's not deny, we all are human beings, things are changing, there will be generational gap, there will be a lot of arguments and issues at home, at work, but when you are at peace, everything goes smooth. Yes? Yes. So, as Father said, 4 emotions, the basic ones, then it is all interconnected, right Father? Glad, sad, mad and scared. Wonderfully given the dose by Father to us today. I'm taking it with me, Father. Thank you for that. So that 4 doses, if you understand where it is coming from, the ways how it is coming and how to use the dose formula. I'm angry, I go and write it on the paper, I'm sorted. I'm upset, I give a call to my sister and talk to her about it, I'm sorted. I'm feeling low, take a hot shower bath, feeling good, refreshed, done. Isn't it? So find your chemicals, find your mantras and love the way you are. All of us cannot be perfect all the time, can we? No, sometimes I will also break down, sometimes I will also feel low, sometimes I will be strong, sometimes I will be weak, but handle it there before it's too late and it goes to mental health issues. And if you find somebody from your home is disturbed, please talk to the person, be non-judgmental. If you want to take help, please help. And in counseling clinic there is one rule, we have ethic, that ethic is being confidential. Now I have big clients coming to me in my center to meet me, nobody knows who comes and goes because that's confidentiality, because they trust me that everything will be kept confidential unless they are harming themselves or they are harming the society. In those 2 cases we have to break the confidentiality, otherwise no. And today let's not restrict it to us only, let's spread this thing about mental health, that I always promote this, it's okay not to be okay. It's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to hide your feelings. The moment you hide it and create a facade that I'm okay, भाई गड़बड़ वहाँ से शुरू हो गई. Yes? Okay, so before we open to the question and answer round, I have my students who want to give a testimony of how they were normal and when they understood about mental health, what helped them. Yes, can we have Sachi?
My name is Sachi. I won't take much of time because I see many of the youngsters are bored here ki baba kenna soptale kenna garavo itali ami. So basically it was a time when I was in my 10th standard and everybody was asking me, relatives, "Aku kire kartale fude? What are you going to do next? What are your future plans?" And since I was good in studies, everybody was like, science ke. And later it was a time when I didn't know what to do. And since everybody was asking me and I was going through stress, like baba kira vichata makach khabar na ki what I have to do in future. So then one day I spoke to my mom about this and she's like, tuka kire karpak jai? I said, I don't know what I have to do. Then she's like, do you need help? I said, yes, I do need help. So that is the time I got in contact with Ketki ma'am, and wherein we had a session. I did speak to her because I, as a student at that time, was going through a lot of stress because knowing what I have to do in future is very important. So then I spoke to her. I got to know that there are many qualities in me. First of all, I got to know that I was confident enough. I knew how to speak well. I was social. I knew to connect with people. This is the time I got to know when I introspected myself. So introspection is very important. To know what are you, what are your qualities, where do you need to, if you are bad at something, you need to make it in a good way or in a positive way. Later on today, I am so confident enough. I have developed my skills. I have done many events. I'm doing a good leadership qualities as well. So there are many things which I have developed in me. First of all, I want to say that this mobile phone is very bad. I have personally experienced it. Using mobile every day, scrolling reels especially. This is very bad. The time I met ma'am, she told me the same thing, stop using phone. And I want to tell everyone, the youth here, that stop using phone, you will see the change in yourself automatically. I don't use phone before I go to sleep. 15 to 20 minutes before I sleep is the last time I use my phone. After that is I sit, I thank God for whatever I have got today, and that is the time I go to sleep. After I wake up in the morning is the time I don't use my phone. I just set an alarm to wake up. That is the time I turn it off and the phone is aside. The later part of the day is when I use my phone. The phone is very bad. Also, we see today many of us hear this term manifestation. So this manifestation is what? It is basically you manifest it, as in you say, you think positive. Why do you think positive? You think it in a positive way because when you think positive, the environment around you becomes positive. And that is the time you see this term manifestation, is when the things around you get positive, is the time you automatically reach to that place. For example, if I manifest, I want to get good marks in exam, I want to get good marks in exam, is the time when I think that I have to study to get good marks in exam. So when I study and when I get good marks in exam is the manifestation process which happens. So basically it's all about positivity, and being positive is very important. Everybody is getting bored here, especially the small kids. I've seen everybody kenna jatale. But this is the time you need to take some inputs, because many of the young kids don't know what they have to do. So starting it today is when you'll get the reward 10 years down the line. Because everybody here wants to be successful, wants to earn money, and that is only possible if you study well and do great at this moment. Because the process will be difficult at the moment, but the result for you in the future would be very great. So thank you, that's all what I like to say now.
My name is Kundan and I am currently doing my postgraduate diploma in guidance and counseling. Okay, to be fact, like I'm a boy, okay, man, you say men don't cry, right? We have heard this from beginning, like from childhood, okay? For me, like, no, it's like, I mean, okay? So, as a family member, I'm a third, like, चार भाव बहिणा आम्ही बाबू बरो बाबू शाणो बाबू काय ऐकना. But I was in the like latest like counseling session, what I understood, it was putting me a burden, like babu boro babu poto deto na, okay, kenna कोणाक वाईट दुखेचो ना, केन्ना ना म्हणना. It's a really big problem, like it's put a burden into my head, like अरे I can't say anything, and it put me a lot of pressure. Then it's fine, like during counseling session I got to know like affirmations, okay, I need to say what I feel like, okay, म्हाका ना, म्हाका आवडना, म्हाका आवडटा, ते सांगूंक जाय, okay. दुसऱ्यांक वायट दिसना आसतना तेन्ना दुसऱ्यांक कळपाक लागता, okay, they understand you, okay, but you never say something, how do they understand, right? So during the counseling process I understand like माझ्या हितून खुबशे तकलेन चलताले, बेश्टे चिंतात, ओवर थिंकिंग, okay, we do, right, we do overthink unnecessary, let's तेन्ना different, no clarity at all. But after the like counseling process I got to know, like as Suchi said, like we have know to have our strength, आमचे weaknesses, everyone has a weakness, we have to overcome that, okay. And yeah, for like as I told, now I am being more confident. As family म्हणटा बाबू तू आता ना म्हणपाक शिकलो मरे, they embrace me because I could say no for few things, like I need to prioritize my health also, right? So that's way I have improved myself, my confidence, and yeah, it's going a really great journey. Like everyone, like boys, girls, everyone need help, but we have to like आम्ही सांगा ना केन्ना आमकां help जाय म्हणून, वायट ना कितें, okay. We get so lot of failure in life, in personal, professional, academics, asta. We have to accept it and cherish it, okay. Yeah, thank you.
Because I, normally being a psychologist, I talk about mental health. I wanted to people who are not into much into psychology background, who are just studying about psychology, they should tell you what is the change that has come to them. So focus, as if we say, promote this, talk about mental health openly. I'll just give a call to my friend and say, I have a headache, tell them that I'm feeling low, that's fine. That's as natural and normal that we can remove the taboo of mental health and we can proceed. We all have family, we all have relations, and we are lucky. You know, when I'm in social work and I connect with different people and I see people's problem, I feel so lucky that I have a family, somebody waiting for me to come back home, isn't it? I go in ashrams, childcare institutions, orphanages, and I feel sad that they don't have a family. So we are the most wonderful people here. Let's connect. let's share, let's talk, and let's be open that it's okay not to be okay, but it's not okay to hide your feelings, my dear audience. So let's do one thing which I do in all my sessions. Everybody hand straight in front. Now I'm a left-hander, don't do it left hand please. Right-handers, yes. Okay, done? Turn it. Say, I am awesome. I am. You had an argument with your mom or anybody in the house, still you are awesome. You cooked something, ma'am, nobody liked it, but still you are awesome. You are going, somebody argues, still you are, sir, awesome. You did not do your studies, mama is upset, but still you are awesome. So we all are awesome in our own ways? Yes. Love yourself, so whenever anybody is upset, go in front of the mirror, right? Go in front of the mirror, take your hand and say, Bhai Ketki, you are awesome. So we all are awesome? Yes. So thank you so much, and thank you to father, to whole team for inviting me, and thank you to my dost and my buddy, Mr. Benny Fernandez. We were together in college and today we are colleagues. Thank you so much. He is keenly interested in promoting mental health, and last 2 years we've been doing projects together. Thank you everybody, and you all are awesome. Thank you once again.
Yes, thank you very much for your round of applause. I'm sure it's very encouraging for her. And it was much louder than when you all started in the beginning clapping for her, right? This is a much louder round of applause, so you can get your feedback from that itself, yes?
Any point you need help in any aspects, we are always there available. You can get in touch with them. Yes? So with this, we call off.
Thank you very much, Ketki, and I think we'll give her a big hand for... Now you got some more applause.
But once again, I appreciate all of you for taking your time, precious time. The fact that all of you came and you were interested and you were into it, it shows that you found it important and relevant for your life. And that is what we are here for, to respond to your needs. We call it pastoral need. So when we say a pastoral need, we'll have a pastoral response. Okay, so we expect also for you to collaborate with us so that we can respond to you effectively. So thank you once again, and thank you for the wonderful team we had, and for the organizers who are in Family Cell. Who are the Family Cell members here? Please stand. Please stand, the Family Cell members, all of you. Family Cell, look at them. Okay. Who is your co-coordinator? Marceline is a co-coordinator. So let's clap for them. Let's clap for them. Thank you. Thank you. Who are part of the Social Apostolate Cell? Social Apostolate, please stand. Whoever is here. Social Apostolate. Rekha is the coordinator. Her co-coordinator is not here, I guess. Okay, so thank you for them. Let's clap for them. And of course, the wonderful resource team we had. So let's clap for them once again. Thank you.
I will now call upon Ms. Rekha Mendes. Yes, she's the coordinator of the Social Apostolate Cell. And although she's not been much in the front here today, she's been doing a lot of work towards this program and reminding us about it time and again. And all the logistic arrangements that you see here are thanks to her, okay? So she will be, since she is not going to thank herself, she is going to propose the vote of thanks. I will thank her.
On behalf of the parish priest, Reverend Father Anthony Fernandez, and the members of Family Cell and Social Cell of the parish, we would like to express our gratitude to Ms. Ketki Parab and her team for the interesting and thought-provoking session to make us more aware of the importance of mental health. We also thank you for your dedication to the cause of mental health and for giving us your time on Sunday evening. Now I request Lizette Carrasco, our PPC Treasurer and member of Social Apostolate Cell, to hand over a token of our appreciation to Ms. Ketki Parab.